Kitchenroom production.
Carta P's in the place, man.
No doubt.
Say what up to everybody.
Aplauso.
You mentioned Ray and you mentioned the DJO, man. Let the people know, man, that may not, I think that's some important history. Talk about it.
Yeah, I met Ray at Adelphi University in 1993. We were just all kids. I was 19. Breeze from the Juggernauts was my roommate. I met him on the first day at campus. I don't know, it was something like, the universe was talking to all of us. Like, Breeze Bruins, my roommate.
Right. Were you familiar with him before that, or not so much?
I knew him from New Rochelle. I'm from Mount Vernon, so I really don't go to New Rochelle.
Oh, right. That's how that works? Okay,
yeah,
I can relate.
But when I met Breeze, it was like, damn, it's my brother. And
Right.
then we met Ray. Ray lived right next door to us. And at that time, like, Breeze was like superior to all of us. Like,
Right.
his lyrical content, just his professionalism. And his brother Kevin, is a little older than us, so he was always training us.
Right.
So like Breeze was coming with like a level of professionalism that I didn't see at 19.
Now, would you feel like that was something that you wanted to strive toward, though? Were you like impressed by that, or were you this guy's too stiff with it?
Nah, I was impressed because Breeze was very serious.
Right.
And Ray was very serious, and they trained me. And when we used to go to the studio to record the Juggernauts album that was on Fondling with Bobito, just being in Calliope, D&D, and all those big studios, like, it was nothing to run into like Lauryn Hill or the Fugees or Common, or just, you were seeing people.
That's how it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's
back
how
then.
it was in that time.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, well, you here, I'm here.
Yeah, it's like hanging out at the KCR studios back in the day. Everybody came through there.
Everybody was there, but they had a laser sharp focus on just their stuff. It wasn't about who was there. It was just like, I'm here, this is my music, and this is what we're doing.
Right.
So they trained me with that thought process. So when me and Ray got together, that's all I really just focused on, was just like our sound, our story, and like what we wanted to talk about.
So you had a specific vision of what you wanted to give to the people.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think that's important, man.
We wasn't just freestyling. We wasn't just making up shit as we go. It was just, we had a story. So I see you got the MSNBC on right now. My story needs better clarity.
We'll get into that eventually.
I like
on
that.
MSNBC.
Yeah,
that.
but we always had a vision. It wasn't just off the top.
So since the Adigio joint, what were you out the game for a minute? Were you behind the scenes? Were you just doing other things?
Child support.
Yeah, that'll slow you down.
No, the album is called A Beautiful Mess, and quite honestly, my life was a mess for a while.
Is this your first solo project?
First solo project. The music to me was still near and dear, but my life at that time was just, it was a lot of shit going on.
Right. Did you feel like did the musical climate of what was what's been happening, did that kind of deter you a little bit, or it didn't really affect it?
It did, and I remember like hearing like J. Cole's first album and all his mixtapes, and I was like, wow, there's still some real cats out here doing it.
Yeah.
And then I remember DJ Parental, who helped me with this project, he was sending me so many beats for so many years, about 2 or 3 years. And I remember I was in California, I was walking on the beach one day, and he had sent me already 30 beats, and I was like, I don't know.
He's got joints though.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
he sent me this one joint. I said, it's time to get back. And I just remember being on the beach that morning. I wrote like 5-6 songs, and it was history after that.
Now, he was familiar with your past work, obviously, right?
Yeah, he was always, paying homage to Adigio and like what we had done, and like, he said he was inspired just off of my production from Adigio, and he had the catalog, and he just said, I want to work with you. He said, let's do one song.
Oh, so you're doing production too?
Yeah, I always did production.
Oh, okay.
I started as a producer,
Right.
But he said he wanted to do one song, and one song turned into 30 over the course of a year and a half. I think the hip hop scene in the U.S. is watered down. It's too many niggas around.
Yeah.
There's too many people doing it.
Do you feel like there's a lack of a reference point when it comes to hip hop with a lot of people? Like they just don't know what the art is, is fundamentally based on. They're not critical enough of, because they kind of accept anything and everything. They're not really critical.
I know, like, if you was from the golden era, like we all from the golden era, right? The 90s, like, it was so hard to get your record played back then.
It had to be dope.
Right. It was no digital platforms. It was either like you went into the studio and you spent your money and you got it pressed and you waited outside in front of KCR or any stations to give it to Stretch or anybody, and it was like, I hope he plays it.
Right.
And you had to sound different.
Yeah,
now,
but-
now all you got to do is sound like someone else, and you got a record deal.
Yeah, but there was a lot of whack MCs getting on too. That, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of politics involved. Who you knew? You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of shit going on too.
But now you
not
could
everything
just-
was dope.
But now you could just put your joint on the platform and just like go on Instagram and say follow me, and then next thing you know, you got 3, 4, 5,000 followers.
And
I think for me, I started off in the music business. I was an intern at Palace Records. I met Al Lindstrom from there, and that's how I met DJ Eclipse and a lot of different people. But I used to steal mailing lists.
Yeah, a lot of that was happening.
Yeah, I used to steal them. I knew I was going to get my joint pressed in about 3-4 weeks. It would take about that much time to have it
and that
turned
was an
around.
actual list, right?
Real shit.
Actually, it was not an email. It was an actual
It was a list with stickers, and you put it on the cover.
physical list.
With the
Y'all hear
cardboard-
that?
With the cardboard and the vinyl, and you sent that shit.
Right.
And then you listened, and you was like, "Oh, he got it," and he played it. Right. I was in France about a month ago, and I saw the New York to Philly EP for $50 some odd US.
Damn, I got 3 of them. I gotta get on
yeah.
eBay.
And I was like, "Wow!" I only have one left.
Wow.
And to European vinyl heads, that's all they're looking for, and it's still golden to them.
It is.
You
think part of the reason that it's like that is because they kind of missed the boat the first time around? They weren't really paying attention.
I don't know if they were able to hear the platforms and hear the
Maybe,
shows.
maybe.
Because if you grew up in New York, you knew Wednesday and Thursday nights was nights to listen to hip hop.
Of course. Right.
Not on the mainstream station, but with Bobito and
that
NYU.
little island in the middle, you had to just get it right. You had to dial back and forth, and
How Nas described it, right? And the crazy thing for you, I know the group I was a part of when Stretch played our joint, it was like we made it. When we went to the show, it was like I don't have to do nothing else after this. You know what I'm saying? As far as we were concerned, we made it.
It was good.
Right.
Stretch played our joint a few times, and we was on NYU with Martin Moore and Clips.
Shout out to
and
Martin Moore.
I was like,
We're good.
I'm good.
Right. And whatever happens after this. But anyway.
You can go back to the block, bragging rights right there.
Now, you worked at the labels, right? Now, do you think that what A&R has become, you think that's a big problem nowadays, that you don't really have those tastemakers and those curators anymore?
I don't know. I always saw myself as possibly being an A&R and just being in the music business from the grassroots level. A lot of A&Rs don't know what the hell they listening to, though.
That's the problem.
Yeah, so, I knew that once I wanted to do our projects, I didn't want to have anybody telling us how to creatively do it.
Right.
Because A&Rs will try and steer you one way, steer you another way.
A cat like a Dante Ross, you know what I'm saying? He definitely had the ear to the street. I mean, he's responsible for so many artists, you know what I'm saying, that we know and love. But he was kind of far and few between, man. A lot of cats were just clueless.
Very much clueless. And like I said, you just got to go with your gut. Don't worry about what your friends are saying. I know Saint was talking about that. And you guys, friends, fuck friends. When it's time to create, it's what you like, and that's it. Yeah, before I do that, I just want to give a shout out to my mom. She broke her leg.
Oh, shit.
2 days ago, so I know she's listening.
Shouts to Mom. Get better, Mom.
Get better, Mom.
So she doesn't always approve of my lyrics, but
Mom, listen.
I know she's listening.
my mom has me
so
blocked
get
off
well,
Facebook,
Mom.
but she still listens.